Hey there, beautiful person. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and welcome to my channel. So my battery has one more bar and here we are. Anyway, beautiful human, welcome back to my channel. And I hope you're doing well. I don't know why I keep on shoving in these videos. Okay, this video is just, it has no direction. Let me just start again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and welcome. Let's just get this focused.
A few moments later.
Hello beautiful person, welcome back to my channel and I hope you're doing well. So it's been long since I've done any type of content and I don't know, for me I just needed to slow down on my social media presence and just in general, or just be selective of the places I'm being and the time I'm taking on these venues. But otherwise I'm fine, everything's well. It's just that I felt like I was going through a lot of information overload because there's so many negative things happening around and it seems like that's the only news I'm getting. But anyway, it's okay, it's fine. But yeah, so oh yeah, and your girl did her hair. My salonist came through again. These are Afro fluffy braids. Yeah, so I've taken some time to adjust to them, mainly because I had my, you guys have seen my straightened hair, Afro hair, and now braided hair, and yeah, it was about time. But anyway, thank you Eunice. In case some of you still need her contacts, you can holler at me. Anyway, that's not even the point of the video. The point of the video today is I'm going to be talking about surviving your 20s, or just, you know, small things as a 20-year-old, 20-something-year-old you're going through. And it's the same things I'm also going through, because my birthday, wait, what date is it today? Today is July. I don't even know the date today. But I know it's mid-July. And my birthday is 2 weeks from now. My birthday is on 1st of August. I actually found out that there's something called a quarter life crisis. You know how there's midlife crisis, so there's a quarter year crisis, and I'm just going to mainly talk about what that entails and, you know, surviving your 20s if you're a 20-year-old, and if you're younger, these are things that are going to be happening to you, to your mind, to your life. And not to say that I'm an expert, I'm just talking from my own perspective of things. And also, if you're in your 30s, you could also drop a piece of advice for anyone who's young, or rather for anyone who's younger than you. So my birthday, I've been thinking I'm younger, and I don't know, like, even since I was young, I've always felt so uncomfortable speaking about my age, mainly because I was always a tall girl. So everyone used to assume I'm like 3 years older, like I'd be 10, everyone thinks I'm that, like it would be like that. I remember there was this one time I was around some people, it was like this camp things, Christian youth camp things, and then I had gone and most people there were university students, and I remember I was in class 7. So I'm there and like I've made friends, some of them, we're chilling, we're talking, and they go like, oh, so what uni are you in? And I'm like, and I lied, I went like, I'm in Form 3, and then they went like, what, you're in Form 3? And inside I'm like, Diana, you're at a youth camp, Christian camp, why are you lying? But I don't know if I just felt so uncomfortable in that moment because they thought I was almost 10 year, like there's a 10-year gap from what they were thinking and what I actually was. So they were so shocked at the fact that I was in Form 3, and like they were like, what? And in my head I'm like, I'm 13. Anyway, yeah, so that's my life. But anyway, let's just get right to this video. We're going to be talking about surviving your 20s, advice from a 20-something year old. So yeah, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is self. So I'm going to break this down into sections that are relatable and more easier to relate to. So self, it's quite scary being in your 20s, as I mentioned, quarter life crisis. It's like you've been a child your whole life, and then now you realize you're no longer a child, and the responsibilities that come with that. Like, I remember being a child and just thinking, I can't wait till I'm an adult, and then now I'm an adult and I'm like, take me back. And I'm not even like full blown into adult life, but even the beginning stages of it is like so anyway, so there's a lot of changing going on in terms of mind, and in terms of even looking at other adults. You realize that your parents are human, you realize that, you know, adults are just adults, and there's nothing like so special about it as you thought when you were younger. And yeah, there's a lot of mind processing and it's crazy, and sometimes you can go through anxiety just thinking about it and thinking about how time isn't stopping for you, and there was this moment where you thought your whole life is in front of you, and then now you're like, wait, life, slow down. But anyway, so yeah, so like in self-wise, your mind is growing, you're seeing things more clearer. You never used to pay attention to politics, now you are, because it's going to become your environment. You never pay attention to the economy, now you are. Like, you never even knew how much gas or fuel was, now you know. Like, there are all these changes in how you view the world that, yeah, if you don't take things step by step, can be really, really overwhelming when you think about it at once, especially during birthdays. All my birthdays, I take that month before. I always take time to just think about the age I'm becoming. Like, yeah, like I'm like, wow, I'm this age. Like, I literally sit down with myself, especially the morning of my birthday. Anyway, so yeah, so self-wise, there's a lot. Even your heart, like, you're growing, you no longer make rational decisions and all these things. So yeah, so self-wise is especially your mind. There's a lot of changes and view and mindset changes and attitude changes that go on in your mind from being a child to now being an adult. Because even when you're 18, like, there are all these new responsibilities, yes, but I feel like people approach 18 with so much excitement, you forget all the responsibilities that come with it. But anyway, so yeah, the next thing we're going to be talking about is career-wise. In this one, like, for me, I'm about to finish uni, and it's scary because, you know, like, when you were in high school, you knew, like, you were afraid of the next thing, but you knew it would be uni, you just didn't know where. When it comes to careers, like, you don't know where you land, you literally don't know. So many people study for this particular thing and end up on another thing, like, you don't know. And then here in Kenya, jobs, anyway, yeah, so it's just a huge struggle, and especially now with the internet, you're seeing people who are even 16 making so much money, and you're like, yeah, wow, must be nice. But anyway, so yeah, so career-wise, like, especially because of the ending of something, the ending of uni, it's just, it comes with a lot, and you have to think of a lot, and, you know, you obviously want a life of your own, and it's not as glamorous as you thought when you were a child. You know, when I grow up, I'll have my own place and I'll do this and that. But then you have to think, wait, where is your rent going to come from? If you're going to get a car, if let's say you've even gotten a car from your parents, now you have to think of fuel. Like, you have to think of independence in all its sense, and it's the most scariest thing ever. Anyway, yeah, so career-wise, there's still so much to figure out, and there's just jumping into the land of the unknown, and it's a lot. The next thing we're going to be talking about is friendships and just, you know, social interaction in general. I feel like for me, honestly, I've just always been the same since I was younger. I'm just, if this person, if I feel like this person is truly for me, then I'm truly for them, if that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, through my lifetime, you know, as short or long as it is, I've gained and I've lost many friendships, and for me, I don't really see it as a loss, because most of them are me just making an active decision not to be friends with this kind of people. Like, it's just me, and I think for me, I just recognize as this person is not feeding my heart or my soul or my mind or my body in a positive way, so why should I be around them, you know, like, for me. And I feel like 20 years, a lot of times you think people who you go out with are your friends for real, but some of them are not. Because I was talking to someone and they literally told me, the friends you have, do they, or like, we were talking rather, and they were saying, people's friends, like, the friends you have in your life, are they just serving you alcohol and never serving you water? Because they say water is life, right? Are they, and it could be literally, it could be taken literally or metaphorically. Are they feeding your life correctly? And it's like, ooh, I'm having fun and what? But then they're just wanting to see you drunk and just a mess. Or are they like, have you eaten? Have you drunk food? How's your soul? Do they check up on you? Do they do all these things? Because if they don't, what's the point? What's the point of having such people in your life? And also, that whole saying, I've always held that saying for, you know what kind of person is by the friends they have. Like, you know, your friends say more about you than you do. Something like that. But you get what I'm saying. Like, friendships are something very serious, because friendships are family. Friendships can easily become tighter than blood bonds. You can have your best friend who different bloodlines, from Luya land to Kikuyu land, you know, like, and yet they're your family, like, for real, and they'd take a bullet for you, for real, and yet you might have cousins in your family who don't even know who you are. But anyway, so yeah, so it's really important to evaluate your friendships, especially in your 20s, because now that's when a lot of change happens, and that's when you truly see people for who they are. Point 4, love. Relationships, romantic relationships. I think for me, throughout my lifetime, I've been very, also just like friendships, I've been very intentional about also relationships, mostly because I live by the mantra, or I've always gone through the mantra, you're either dating someone to break up or to get married. It's either you're dating short term or long term, and I don't have any time for short term things. I'm not here to, I don't know, be with someone or whatever, and then a couple of months later, even in my heart, I know it's not going anywhere. I'd rather just stop it before it goes too far. And for me, like, that's just my mantra. And for me, I'm in a relationship right now, and I'm just so happy because it's been a couple of years. And for me, if you're a 20-year-old something person and you're just wondering, how do I know if this person is the right person? For me, I just ask, do you feel a sense of peace when you're around them? Like, do you feel like you're completely yourself and you're just happy, and this person brings out the best in you, and at the same time is not afraid to check you on your wrongs? Like, you get, does this person just compliment who you are and even accentuates who you are, if that makes sense? Would they push you to be your total best, even if sometimes it comes at their cost? Would they tell you, you go make it, like, you be the best you can be, even when they know that it means sometimes leaving them behind? Or, like, you see, all these things that just account for selflessness and all these things. But, like, for me, being now approaching my mid-20s, like, recently someone asked me when I'm getting married, and let me tell you, the amount of anxiety that struck in me, I was just like, because don't get me wrong, I've thought about it, I've talked about it with my, significant other, like, it's something that we know will happen and we know at what time, and like I'm completely comfortable with, I'm not afraid of it. But I think realizing that someone else is also thinking about it, I suddenly felt rushed. Like I felt like I thought I had my whole life in front of me. I need to get this, I need to like figure out my life really fast. And but anyway, so for me, just make sure you're the best version of you, or you're working towards that. Because the truth is, when it comes to relationships, it's not always flowers and daisies and roses, because it's literally you're trying to match two people's lives together. So all my 20-something years and all his whatever years merged together could be a 50-year-old person. So it's like you're literally trying to integrate a 50-year-old person or a 40-year-old person into your life, and that's hard. But anyway, that relationships are a whole other topic. But yeah, so in general, those are all the aspects that for me, and even more, I think I don't want this video to be too long, but for me is a lot. Quarter life crisis is a real thing, especially when so much change is going on in your being around you. Like it's just like change, because you might change, your mindset might change, your physicality might change, also your body changes, because like I think growth stops at around 22 or 24. Like you stop growing completely, no more growth spurts. The only way you're growing is like this, otherwise kwenda juu, forget it. But anyway, so yeah, so I hope you guys can resonate with some of the things. I've learned something from this, and if you're a 20-year-old something, just mention your experiences and some of your anxieties in the comments below. It's a real thing, but I feel like once you get out of your head and you stop surrounding yourself with all these anxious thoughts, and you realize there's so many people also going through this with you, that's a step to making things a bit more manageable and better. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and share it to any other 20-year-olds out there who can resonate with this, and I hope that you have a lovely week. I don't know when else I'll post, honestly. I'm becoming more and more inconsistent. But anyway, it's fine. I feel like but anyway it's fine has become like my mini motto. But anyway, it's fine. Have a great whatever time this finds you, and see you later.